So Captain Lennon, Will Lennon's still the guy in charge, but his enlisted advisor left. And I'm a sub, so they just plug me in. And I'll be there the whole year, maybe next year.
Keep on.
All right, guys, ready to get started? I got 6.
We've already got this, Stanley.
All right, everybody ready to go?
We're already signing it.
Otis, you
I
ready?
just need it so I can send it out to Jason.
You don't get to sign it anymore.
That's right.
Everybody ready? Stanley, you want to put your cover on? We'll get going.
Or did, wait, Tom dropped off. It is though.
When?
Last rotation of election. That's how he got, yeah, it's.
Oh, it's you, yeah. You signed, right? Can we verify that when we get the officers? I think it is Otis, Elmer, and James, right, for trustees when we get there.
Okay, yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
Otis, cover, please. All right, officers will now take their respective stations. Unauthorized guests will kindly retire. The guard will close the doors. By the power and authority vested in me, I'm about to open post 921 for the transaction of any business that may lawfully come before it. Officer of the day, satisfy yourself that all present are. All right, title to remain. Thank you, sir. Oh, he's still going, sorry. Tan Hut, uncover. Chaplain will now offer the opening prayer. Parade rest.
Let us bow our heads. O sovereign ruler of the universe, who art the Lord of hosts and the God of peace, without thee our efforts are in vain. Continue thy blessing upon us and our families. We pray thee and guide us through our deliberations. We beseech thee, O Lord, to bless the dependents of our departed comrades and to comfort all who gave their loved ones to our national cause. Bless and strengthen the sick, the needy, and the afflicted. Bless us through. Bless, we ask the children, families, and staff of our national home, and help us to fulfill our duties toward them. Continue thy favor upon our order and help us to practice the spirit of true comradeship, both in our council and with the world at large. Enable us to better the community in which we live through our devotion to duty as citizens. We'll now have a moment of silent prayer for our departed comrades and for those missing in action and those held as prisoners of war. Although all of these and all other necessary blessings, we ask of thee, mighty ruler of the universe. Amen.
Amen. Tan Hut, cover. Comrades, will you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America? Present arms. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Order, arms. Comrade, we are assembled again to transact business of mutual benefit. Do not let petty jealousies or trivial personalities influence our deliberations. Let us uphold always the obligations of unselfish comradeship and loyalty to our organization, to the government of the United States of America. I now declare post 921 duly open for the transaction of business. Guard, will you admit anyone in waiting? Who may be worthy? The object of the Veterans of Foreign Wars are fraternal, patriotic, historical, and educational, to preserve and strengthen comradeship amongst its members, to assist worthy comrades, to perpetuate the memory and history of our dead, and to assist their widows and orphans, to maintain true allegiance to the government of the United States of America and fidelity to its Constitution and laws, to foster true patriotism, to maintain and extend the institutions of American freedom, preserve and defend the United States from all enemies. Do we have any visitors? Doesn't look like it. Recognizing past post commanders. Elmer Johnson. Be careful. Otis might need to save him. Otis Wolf. Calling the roll of officers.
Roll of officers. Commander Chris Cody,
Present.
Senior Vice President, Matt Harmon,
He is excused.
Junior Vice Commander Carson Boos. Here. Myself, Quartermaster Stanley Ormbrook. Chaplain Dan Humphreys. There. First year trustee Otis Wolf.
Here.
Second year trustee Elmer Johnson.
Here.
Third year trustee James Hampton.
Present.
Adjutant Brian Corneal.
Here.
Service Officer Bruce Krieger.
Excused.
Judge Advocate Jamie Pike.
Here.
And Surgeon Tom Greenberg. Here. All present and or account for, sir.
Quarterbacks, do we have any applicants?
Negative, sir.
Any recruits?
Negative, sir.
All right. Minutes were posted on the YouTube channel. Quartermaster's report.
The Quartermaster's report for transactions in October 2024 are disbursements. Wells Fargo checking, we had Domino's Pizza was $112.80. Microsoft 365 was $27.36. We had been charged twice this month for that, so I do not expect a charge for next month. I'll watch over that. Heroes in the Ballpark, we made a donation for $125. We made a poppy purchase of $760, and we're all looking forward to working the poppy drive coming up pretty soon. And then also Wreaths Across America, purchase of $107.02, totaling $1,132.18.
The Wreaths Across America was the purchase 200 flyers that we posted around town last weekend. I'll probably order another 200 this week to post them, to have some available with our poppy drive tables and try to get them to different areas around town.
Our receipts, not too much going on. We had $16, which was the VFW National member payout, and then our whopping 6 cents for our interest in the Wells Fargo savings account. And the status of funds now for October, our Wells Fargo check-in, our balance at that time is $939.74, decreasing $356.18. And then we have $6,338.57 increasing only the amount of our interest that we earn. That's that account. And then our Morgan Stanley money market, the equities market, went down a little bit, that month. So we went down $1,824. It's completed with the quartermaster reports.
Okay, reading of bills, I have one bill that Stanley doesn't know about. So last night we had our, youth essays, Patriot Pen, Voice of Democracy, Teacher of the Year, voting committee got together and handled all that information. And we bought pizzas for dinner for all of us. So you'll see that next month, but that's one of the outstanding bills right now. Okay, next. Barb nor Bruce are here tonight. Talked to Barb last night. So VFW National has pretty much put a kibosh on post service officers. They're really not allowed to do what they used to do. But if somebody that we know, a vet in our area, needs help, they can still point the person in the right direction and get them with a state VSO to help them get their benefits as needed. So their role is not completely done, but it's just they can't do the stuff that they used to do individually.
You know why that is, Commander?
Yeah.
Legal stuff. Larry Shepard. Yep. Yes.
I was in state headquarters for the audit. I'm a state trustee, and we were head to head with the service officer in charge of the state about getting us one up here, somewhere Skagit County. We have Skagit, Whatcom, Snohomish County, Island County, no licensed VSO, and now they're taking power away from our post level. So just to let everybody know, I'm in his space, people from District 1, and right now, the state commanders from Oak Harbor, Harry's up. We will get one. It's a fight, but
There used to be a VSO in Everett?
Yeah.
Used to be.
not a VFW.
Oh, not a VFW.
There's no VFW VSO north of Seattle. You can get to a VSO at the vet center. In Everett.
DAV.
So they can't help people with VA claims?
Not anymore.
They can't help them fill out the paper. They can give them the forms. I think they're really, this is, don't get me started.
So question,
This is-
I was at their office last week. And they said that these are not VFW people. They're probably civilians, former military people, but they're employed. They're full-time employees there. And they said that they still handle paperwork for vets. That's their job. So if we've got paperwork, they can help us fill it out. They can fax it. They can email it for us. And they're going to be doing that for me next week. So they're there. They may not be called VFW. Maybe they can't say they.
No, no, it's different. So those people, yes, we're aware of them, but our post had 2 trained PSOs in our post. And so we as post members could go directly to our 2 service officers and they would help us put our packages together and then send them off to the VA for us. So we don't have, they removed all the post level PSOs. And what Otis was saying, there's not a VFW paid VSO north of Seattle. So there are people at the vet center that are helping you. They're just not VFW people. There are state VFW VSOs. There's just not anybody to serve anybody from Snohomish County North. And we're trying to get that post reestablished.
Can we direct people through that office?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's what, right. And that's what Barb and Bruce have to do now. They can't do any of the paperwork they do. They can, if someone from our post comes to us asking for help, then what we have to do is forward them to the people that you're working with.
The whole thing complaint has been, it takes time, takes so much time to get a claim. We had it, our post level would fill out paperwork, get it to the license, and they processed it. Now, oh no, we can't do that anymore. That's why it's so frustrating.
Because it was efficient.
It was. Okay. Next. Is there a comrade or family of a comrade in distress? Anybody talk to Joe Wardlaw at all? No? Yes, yes.
I've been visiting with Steve Cannon. He's been going through quite a problem. Been to the VA hospital a couple of times. They determined his medicine was too strong that he needed to cut it.
Okay.
So he's feeling better the last few times I've visited.
Daryl, do you talk to Joe at all? Okay, Otis, you want to reach out to him?
Yeah, I'll swing over.
Okay.
You know,
I think he hasn't been to a meeting in a while and we need to do a buddy check. Obviously, his wife, if anybody didn't know, his wife's been battling a brain tumor and the diagnosis wasn't great. They gave her basically a year to live. So that was a while ago.
Allow living stuff.
My mother-in-law is on her deathbed. So my wife's with her right now. She's probably going to last another 24, 48 hours. So first, our family and my in-laws. Anybody else have a comrade in stress at all? Yes, James.
Conrad, he's down in this post, he's down in California, but, in the hospital, just had some weird infection, got, got to get information out of him, but he could use.
All right.
James Carey.
Board of all committees. Copies.
Sure, podium.
You may. Please do.
Okay, so we have our Veterans Day weekend poppy drive starting on Friday. We currently have 4 open shifts. Is way better than Monday when we had 13. So right now, all the open shifts are on Monday, the 11th. There is one 9 to noon at the Do It Center. There is one 13 to 1600 at Hagen's. And then both shifts are open at Safeway.
When you say both shifts, it's morning and afternoon.
Yeah, the 9:30 to 12:30 and 12:30 to 15:30. So if you can fill any of these shifts, that would be great. I have to meet with the captain tomorrow. So for example, if we get the shift at Do It Center and the shift at Hagen's filled, which would be my priority, I will let the captain know that we will not be needing cadets on Monday at Safeway. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at, where I'm at right now, because we can't have those kids there without one of us there. So if you can do any of those, that'd be great. If not, we'll just, those are kind of extra, to get a little extra money this time. But that's what we have left. So, and thank you all for, stepping up and taking the shifts that we had, because we usually do, 24 and we pushed it up to 32 with the 4th day. We did spread it out. The auxiliary is, doing 1 full shift by themselves and 5 other shifts with a VFW member. And Gold Bar, took 2 of our shifts for us. So that's all I got. Bender?
Okay.
Thanks.
Ramp it up. Bruce isn't here. Otis, you want to talk about it? Because we have one ramp that we're working on, right?
Well, we got a couple, and it's just disappointing. Doug has reached out to Eric and I both from Gold Bar, and this is 3 months now. And there's a veteran up there can't get out of his house unless somebody comes out and gets him out of the house. And I have not been able to raise Bruce
So
phone, text, anywhere.
we're getting to the point where, well, one, we got to check on Bruce, but 2, I may have to call the national people because we have ramp requests and they're not being filled.
If nobody's,
And if we are going to have it connected with our post,
embarrassment.
right? So then we may have to take it over from Bruce. I mean, he's gotten us this far. He's done a great job, but at this point, Yep.
Because we got people can't even get out of his freaking house, and the stuff's there. You just get some guys and go up and put it together, but. Let me know a date and time, and I'll be happy to volunteer.
Yeah.
Let me know a date and time. Let's stop by after 2. And
And he said, we have to get with Bruce. Bruce is the Western Regional die for ramp it up.
Plus, Bruce has his contractors, paperwork, which that is key to some of the liability.
Right. So I may have to call headquarters tomorrow and talk to them.
Yeah, we gotta do something because it was put out at state that we were gonna, at 9/21, ramp it up. And then people call and I pass the word and nothing happens. And that's makes me look bad and I don't like that. It makes this post look bad and that makes me mad.
Well, Bruce has done a very admirable and honorable job this far, but he's had health issues and maybe time for us to pass the torch. So,
He doesn't answer text or calls.
yeah, I might go out and stop by and talk to him. I think it's time we had a conversation about it. So,
Are these already manufactured?
Yeah, they're all metal, like woven together.
Yeah, they're prefab aluminum ramps.
I don't know what you guys would think about it. I belong to a Vietnam veterans group, and we have a subgroup in there, laborers called Vets with Hammers, and that's what they do.
Well, if we need bodies, that'd be fine, but most of the time, I have a landscape trailer with a ramp.
Yeah.
Anymore, we stack them up in there, hook them up and,
it's really like a rector set. It's just a man.
It's labor, I mean,
yeah,
that's.
And it's just-
Yeah, thanks for the volunteer.
yeah, it just impact, cordless impact drivers.
But our thing is like coordinating the ramp requests, figuring out if we have the material on hand, measuring and designing the setup, and then executing the plan.
Bruce has all the connections with the company that makes, because they donate all the material. And UPS will ship it here to us for free. And they will bring people on, just like your laborers. They bring youngsters out.
UPS likes to get involved because it's a radar.
And it's just a matter
Community
of
service thing for them.
getting all that data switched out of Bruce's brain. into
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
1 foot for every inch you rise, so.
Do we know if there's another contractor that's over this post to take over this position?
Well, it's not a contractor, it's just a volunteer position. And
Another contractor that helps with liability.
Bruce was, he's kept his contractor's status active so that the liability would be covered.
okay,
Because the liability that the national has with it, we need that.
well, when I call headquarters and talk to the guy,
We can use their,
I'll ask him all the requirements.
you use national.
All right, we'll table that for next month, but we'll have to have the conversation between now and December. All right, adopt the unit.
Better. The transplanting of the Mahonias underneath the old monument sign by the armory has been completed. And there's no other further action from the unit right now. I know this is the time of year where, we start talking about dining outs and whatnot. At this time, there is no dining out scheduled because of the op tempo that the unit has. As soon as I hear anything, y'all be the first to know. And then as a surgeon, we're still doing our Monday night, 6 PM runs. from the
And walk,
library.
and walk.
And walks, and so everyone's invited. In 20 minutes out and back, we end together as we started together, so that's all I have, sir.
Any update on the construction? Any update on the construction?
From what I've been told, we, as the Soldier and Family Readiness Group, had to move all of our stuff out of the armory. That's happened. As far as when that's the bidding and whatnot, the only thing the command teams told the Family Readiness Group is that the bidding's occurring right now. They haven't awarded. What that means to timelines, it could be years, right? We know how the government works. So I guess,
Back door was open.
yeah, I think they were doing like walkthroughs and stuff. So, yeah, I don't, other than, they're going through the process for bidding and that. That's all I got, sir.
On a side note, related to our adopt unit, Sergeant First Class Sarah Brown is the recruiter for the National Guard in town. She has an office right across the street from the high school. Several of the JROTC students and other students at Snohomish High School have all gone through the MEPS process, sworn in, and they're going to be doing a swearing in ceremony on Friday at the Veterans Day Assembly, which we'll get to in a minute. But Sarah's knocking it out of the park, and we're getting more of our kids in this town to sign up to be in that unit. So it's kind of cool. All right, next. Okay, So Carson, you want me to brief or do you want to do it?
I got a little bit of information. You probably have more though. I don't know.
Not really. I was just gonna report what we did last night. You want to report on that? You got all the results of who won what and all that?
Yeah, I got some of the results. Andrew. We got the, fourth and fifth grades, we got only one fourth grader, so they're the winner. And for the fifth grade, we had 29 people and we had first, second, and third voted for. Voice of Democracy for the high school. Patriot Pen, we had 12 people apply on the app. But the scoring is messed up, so I emailed somebody. The
Doug.
averaging is not correct.
Doug's all over it. He texted me this morning.
Okay. If they don't get it fixed, I have the point, so we can average it ourselves and find out.
Right.
Three, and we only had one Voice of Democracy, so they're the winner. And going to be doing the banquet on December 7th, 12 to 2. I guess anybody here is invited, so we should send out an email. We can get our RSVP for that to see how many people are going to show up. And I will send out invites to the winners.
All right.
I don't remember the winners' names for the teacher of the year, so I'll let you two fill that in.
All right. So we had 3 submissions, one from each middle school and then one from the high school. The program at the post level, if we just get one submission, we get our check in the box for all state and all American. So we're good there. But at the post level, we're supposed to honor high school, middle school, elementary school. We didn't get elementary school entry this year, even though I tried. But we had both middle schools gave us great candidates. The middle school winner came from Valley View. She's a special ed teacher, life skills, she works with the physically disabled, extreme medical condition children. And her name's Beth Weiss. I worked with her 2 years ago when I was working at Valley View. I worked right outside her classroom, worked closely with her. She's amazing. When Eric sent me this, Eric Hands, the principal, when he sent me the submission, I was like, right on, was very excited. And then Nate Duchesne's the principal at Snohomish High School, and he nominated Tim Fraser Bumate. So does anybody know Tim besides Otis and Eric? Okay, so Tim is a Army vet. I want to say he spent 10 years in the reserves, Iraq war veteran. Has been teaching at Snohomish for 17 years. Great guy, very motivated teacher. Kids get along with him really well. Both my sons had him, and very well loved and respected by students and staff alike. So he was the winner at the high school level and then the winner at the post level. So he'll get forwarded on to the district voting on November 16th.
Hold off him anything until he signs up for the post.
Yeah, I've handed
We've
him.
been trying for 5 years to get him.
Yeah. So anyway, but he's our winner. So I'll hand him his certificate with his new membership application at the same time. Otis, you got law enforcement, fire safety. Those aren't due for a while though, right?
I've got them all. I have firefighter, EMT, police officer, and 911 operator.
What about our EOD person?
Yeah. It's gotta be a civilian EOD. It can't be a military. It's a.
Let me talk to my neighbor who's with Linwood SWAT, see if he has anybody.
All the entries we do need, I'd like to make a motion that we, Stanley gets to cash. There'll be, well, you can't, the police officer, we make a donation to his charity. Firefighter, EMT, and I'm not sure about would they take a cash?
They can.
Okay, 300, I'll need 3 $100 bills, and then I will let Stanley know when, and it's not a big hurry, Stanley, because this is out.
Isn't it March? Isn't it March when we give them out?
Gonna look at it. I mean,
Okay. Matt,
Motion.
okay. Any discussion? Any discussion? This has all been previously approved, so I don't think we needed a motion for it.
well, it's every year,
Right, but,
money,
okay,
unless you put it in your budget, that was.
I did. So, all right, membership, Matt's not here. and I haven't had a chance to look at the membership numbers, but the last time I checked, we were last in our, district for membership, and all that really is annual renewals. So we're gonna have to break up the list and start making some calls to people to get them to re-sign up for next year, and then our numbers will come back together. We got till June 30th, but when I go to the meeting on November 16th, I'm gonna get my hand slapped by Terry, our fearless commander, that our membership numbers are not up to snuff. Okay, remember our national home? All present will rise. And hut, uncover, parade rest. Chaplain, will you now? We ask divine blessings upon our national home for children.
Mighty God, we ask thy divine blessing on the children, families, and staff of our National Home for Children in Eden Rapids, Michigan. May your spirit dwell with them forever, giving them health and guiding their lives. Help us to always be faithful to our fallen comrades by providing support for their families. We ask in your holy name. Amen.
Hut and hut. Cover. All right, unfinished business. Do you have the budget electronically or not?
I have it on the last year's, or last,
Month.
ma-
Okay.
last.
Can we
month's
email it
last.
out to everybody and then we'll vote on it in December?
Sure.
All right. So last month, I got sick with COVID, so I wasn't able to be here, but we're gonna approve our annual budget. So we're gonna postpone that out till next month, but we're gonna email it out to everybody to review. And then we'll vote on it at the December meeting. Everybody good with that? Okay. Hops and drops. Go back. Hops and drops is for the American Legion this time, November 19th, 5 to 8. So they supported us. I'd like to support them. All you do is eat and drink. That's all you do. Just show up on the 19th. Hops and drops is up by Fred Meyer and Arby's in that parking lot right there. Anytime between 5 and 8 is great.
You even get to go.
You get to go. Don't everyone show up at 5 because you slam stuff. But typically we did it and we had baskets. They're gonna have 4 baskets, and then Hops and Drops will have some additional baskets there for raffles, and those are announced at the end of the night. So it'd be great if you guys could stay the whole time, eat, drink, be merry, we could have a good time together. So supporting our brothers in arms. It's good. VFW Veterans Picnic, August 25th is the date. I need a chairman and people to be a committee. George is the one who came up with this a couple years ago, but he's super busy with his couple flag football things and other charity events he's doing. So if anybody would like to volunteer to take that on, then we'll get committee members to help you out. Got plenty of time between now and August to get it set up. The big thing we need to do is reserve the park, the American Legion Park, for that day and get it on the calendar. That way it's secured and ready to go. And then the rest of it we'll just fill in. But does anybody want to take the lead on that one?
Commander?
All right. Thanks, Scott. So Scott's going to be the chairman of it. Anybody want to be on the committee with him?
Since I'm Tom, I'll be on the committee.
All right, Stanley. Okay,
Yeah, I'll
Brian.
help out.
I'll be on the committee.
All right, you guys all meet with Scott after the meeting, exchange phone numbers and emails, and then we can start rolling. We had like 60 or 70 people last time. We did do it last year, but we did it 2 years ago. It was a lot of fun, but it was mainly us. But the goal is to have a picnic that's open to all veterans in our area and try to help our veterans get the services they need, get them pointed in the right direction, but also maybe use it as a recruiting tool as well.
Recruiting and community outreach.
Yep.
Okay.
It's just for fun. And we're sitting on a pile of cash. We can use it for stuff like this, but we'll have, an information booth there,
Yes.
which is kind of like a recruiting booth, but trying to get veterans the information they need to get them pointed in the right direction, to get them help as needed. Okay,
Do we serve alcohol this week?
absolutely. And there's a cornhole tournament that Jamie Pike lost last time.
I had one point about that. My national sales meeting dates are not posted yet. It might be the last week of August. It usually isn't, but
Okay.
it's a long ways in the future.
If you have a committee and you train them properly, then they should be able to step in and,
They're screwed.
Critical point of failure.
all right.
Spoken like a ex-commissioned officer delegate.
Yes. All right. So in previous, yes, James.
See it on that August 25th?
Yes.
Monday of next.
Oh, well.
August 2025.
August 2025, that's what I meant, not August 25th.
Oh, well, then good. That's perfect.
Yeah, sometime in August 25, I'm gonna leave it up to you.
Just checking the calendar too.
You're sitting next to the guy that used to run the park. And so Daryl, and Daryl can point you to the website, how you sign up for guests, Daryl.
Yeah, Mayor, I heard a rumor that, the person running the park right now is leaving in December.
I haven't heard anything. I don't go to
Yeah,
region meetings.
so I wanna talk to some people about that. Maybe they just give it back to me.
Okay,
They keep turning it over and turning it over. It's like, just give it to me, man.
right,
All right.
but Daryl will point you in the right direction of where to go on the park website and how you make a reservation. And we'll make the reservation. They typically, if Daryl's back on running it, then he might give us a discount, but right now we usually have to pay full price.
No, jack the price.
Okay, last meeting I was at, I think it was September, we voted and approved a scholarship fund. I think it was what, $1,500 for a child or grandchild of any member or veteran. So I've already been reached out by students at the high school asking me when we're gonna post that. So I need someone to be the chairman of that and then get a couple other people to be on the committee. It's not gonna be that hard. What we're gonna do is have an application that we create, and then they're supposed to write an essay about, you know, their reasons why they need the scholarship or anything. I'll leave it up to the committee chair and the committee to kind of develop the criteria that they're gonna go on. But does anybody want to chair the scholarship committee? Anybody? You? Anybody want to take that on? Not that hard. Because you have me at the school, so I will put it up in the career center.
Let's do it, Commander.
All right, thank you. Anybody want to be on the committee with Scott? Okay, get with him afterwards, and I'll be on it. I'll be on it with you as well, Scott. All right, so there's our committee.
Will.
He's not a member right now. He's in the rears on his membership. He's on the naughty list. I've been talking to him every day about it. He's like, I'm not getting emails. I'm like, well, it's because you fell off the roster.
I'm sending emails to everybody on
I
the
know, but-
roster.
But he might have been. Okay, so Stanley already talked about Heroes in the Ballpark. Stanley, the rest of these, did you already make all these donations? Are we complete? We're good?
Yeah.
We're up to date? All right, cool. I haven't looked online lately. All right, post parade asset renovation. So Eric is taking the lead on like keeping it at his house and maintaining it, but we wanted to get some volunteers to go with Eric and identify what we need to do to bring it up 100%. He's done some pluses and minuses with it, but we need to get a budget of how much we need and materials, the cost and all that, and then approve that if it's over $500. You want to help Eric? Anybody else want to help Eric on that? Okay, so get with Eric after the meeting, change emails and phone numbers, and we'll get rolling. What's our next event? Klahia Days?
I'm gonna do the unauthorized Christmas light thing.
Ooh, forgot about that. That's fun. What's the date? Does anybody know the date of that?
Gotta find it on the internet. It comes up on the internet. Needs looking. But I haven't found
As
anything.
soon as we find it, I'll get it to Brian and we'll email it out. It'd be a lot of fun to have all of us down there with our cars decorated and drive around.
Good to go. I winterized it up so it isn't. We'll be good to go.
Okay, sounds good.
Isn't that a city thing, Tom?
No, it's an unauthorized.
Oh, cool. I'm all over that.
Even better.
Dan, what time's the thing on Monday? Is it 9 at the senior center? 9:30, okay. All right. So events, Veterans Day at the Soham Senior Center on Monday, 9:30. If you want to show up at 9 and have a cup of coffee, that's great. But yes,
Also, 4100 is having a Veterans Day dinner at 5 PM with the ceremony and free chicken dinner for all.
On the 11th.
Yes,
Okay, so
5 PM on,
2100, post 2100 downtown Everett on Oaks.
yes.
And so 5 PM there, get a free dinner if you don't go to Applebee's or any other places that give out free food. But the senior center is Monday. Captain Will Lennon's gonna be the guest speaker along with Congresswoman Susan Del Bene, assuming that she passes the election tonight. It's a great event. That's how we got Dan and a bunch of other members. How many people have Monday off that could attend? Okay, all right. Hope to see you all there.
What time again?
9:30 is when it kicks off. I'll probably be there earlier because I'm the MC.
We like refreshments.
Yes, continental breakfast, not the
You
full.
can call an RSVP or let them know. We did anyway.
Yeah, if you call them and let them know that you're gonna come, so they have enough tables set up and food. But it's a great event. Sharon does a great job, and the Marine Corps JRTC will be presenting the colors, and Cat Will Lennon's the guest speaker along with Congressman. So that'll be fun. Veterans Day at Snohomish High School, 7:30. You guys should have all gotten an email today from Brian about it. 7:30 Friday morning, Snohomish High School. It's in the Commons. I don't know if you have to go through the office to get a name tag, but generally you can park over on the far side and then walk through the main office. They'll slap a name tag on you, a visitor name tag on you. And then they'll have Marine Corps JRTC students escorting you to the Commons. We go in the Commons, they have a light continental breakfast is there from 7:30 to 8:30. Then we'll be escorted into the gymnasium for the ceremony. Ceremony lasts about an hour and then we're done. So how many people are gonna be able to make Friday morning? Eric, you gonna be able to, they don't give you the time off for that?
Eric's gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm on vacation, that Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice. It's just February.
You can't come to breakfast?
That's right in the middle
There's
of.
no time.
All right, okay. Wait, how many other people can make it? Okay, hope to see you all there. Bring your covers. And then we all go into the gymnasium. They have a special, we march in, we're escorted in. And then we have a special spot in the stands and it's a very heartwarming ceremony. So it's very cool.
What's the rest of the dress code, Commander?
Just covers. I'm gonna be in my uniform just because I have to be. Yes. Yep, you wear your uniform if you want to. The rest of us.
Covers the minimum.
Cover is the only VFW uniform is your cover.
Yeah.
Anything else, is up to you.
No, everyone's like wearing suits and ties.
Well, we have, some of us have.
Some people have dressed up to that level. You don't have to, but if you feel like you want to dress up.
I can, if we're going,
Working that day afterwards, just wear what you wear to work.
because I can wear my blue.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in my blues. So. Yeah.
Comment on that. Last year, I noticed a lot of people, I was a little bit in the back, different people were sleeping at different times, not everybody was sleeping at the same time, so, printed out the little thing and we got the presents the color, when the flag goes by, we should be saluting, right? Correct, okay. The national anthem, we should be saluting?
Yes, so. When the color guard's gonna march out to present the colors, we should all be at attention. And then at the first note of the national anthem, that's when the Marine Corps flag will dip, and that's when we should go to hand salute.
The Pledge allegiance,
Same thing, say salute.
then, I believe the last one is playing of the taps.
I don't think we salute during taps.
I just noticed a few people were looking around, trying to figure out, because I saw some people.
I would say, Otis, what do you think? Salute for taps?
Taps, I salute 4 acres away.
Okay, well, all right,
Or
we'll make a unit decision. We're all gonna salute for taps then. Sound good?
Don't call the commander.
Yes.
I couldn't see,
on base, he's.
I couldn't see them where I was sitting, so.
Yeah.
For taps? Okay, all right.
Band, the Snohomish High School band will play all of the service. They'll ask you to write some salute when you raise less than 10 acres away, the Marine Corps M,
Chair Force song.
you always talk tall when you're being played, please find you.
Do they have somebody that just calls, you know, two or whatever?
No, that's why Carson wanted to brief it ahead of time so that we're all ready to go and organized.
He used the plants.
We're all just usually fit with families, so that, you know, they're all spread out, so
Oh, okay.
we're all sitting in one.
We're in a section, but we're with family members, things like that.
I was trying to sit so I could see Otis, cause I'll follow him, but.
I
Yeah, so.
And I'm too short, you guys can't see me. And I'll probably be down on the gym floor with the cadets. They'll be working, so. Reach Across America. So it's underway. Daryl, raise your hand, Daryl. Daryl's done an amazing job. He set it all up by himself. Got the website up, got all the stuff in place. As of 5:15 approximately, I went and logged on. We're still at 101 wreaths out of 1,200. We're trying to raise 1,200. We have 25 days to get 1,099 wreaths. There's 1,200 veterans at the JR cemetery that we want to put a wreath on every one of their grave sites. They go back to Civil War veterans that are buried there. So there's a section with section 1. So it's all the way in the back, section 1. You can barely read their graves. And the cadets that helped us identify all the grave sites thought they were police veterans because the logo looked like a police shield, but it's actually from the Civil War. Because the cemetery opened in 1898. Yep. And so we're trying to honor all those veterans. So if you have social media, we posted on the Post social media. I posted on mine several times. If you have family and friends, email them the website, which is garcemetery.com. Yes. Okay. Daryl's put it on the front landing page of the JR Cemetery website. You click on that, it's right there. It's super easy to donate. You could donate 1 wreath, which is $17, or you can donate, you know, people have donated 10, 12, I think 15. So share it with your family, share it with friends. This is our first community event trying to do this, and I'd really like to make it to where on December 14th, we have 1,200 wreaths to put on every grave site. Yes. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Yes. Sure.
So on the sheets that we passed out that Saturday, so I came back here and grabbed all the extra ones before the food got put out up there. And I made, Keith volunteered, so I made a bunch of colored copies off of his, machine. So when you're doing they're gonna be 30 to 50 of these sheets in each one of your bobby bins at your sites for all your shifts. They can take those, if we can get the plastic, that'll be great, but the idea is they can take those flyers with them, and then what's that box called? The
QR code.
They can use their phone to click on that.
That's a great idea.
Right? And then it takes you right to the shop or to the site. So like if you have enough, 6 wreaths costs $102. That's how I know, because that's what I do.
Yeah.
So it's really easy, but if we can get those flyers out to the people coming up, and if they don't want to put any money and if they're going to take some poppies, have them take that wreath, then they can think about it when it's on their kitchen table before it goes in their recycling bin. Okay?
There's a sign up in the window at the front of this building, and it's got a thermometer on it, and I'd like to get the thermometer full of red. Right now, we haven't moved it yet because we haven't gotten that many yet. Yes, Carson.
The Facebook or the ones you guys post online, you gotta zoom way in to see, because you can't scan a QR code from your phone. You're looking at it on your phone unless you take.
Or they can go to jrcemetery.com.
QR code is, you can't read it without like,
On your file, just click hit the picture.
well, I couldn't do that. It didn't work on mine, or maybe I didn't try clicking on it. I just thought maybe if you had a link that was with it, that was easier to read.
Yeah, the link that I sent out in the email has that GAR specific Reach Across America link.
With
So
friends or family,
Yep.
it's harder for them to.
All right, well, then just, when you share it with friends and family, just tell them to go to garcemetery.com. They're not tech savvy with the QR code, garcemetery.com, right on the main page. Very easy from there. Yes.
Can the post buy some wreaths?
Yes, that was my next.
Okay.
So The deadline, right, Daryl's November 30th?
Yeah, but they have to have it all in so they can get the wreath here before December 14th.
Anybody want to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion that we purchase 10 wreaths.
118. $303, $306.
Okay. Okay.
For that.
We have a,
That motion, Commander.
but you want to amend it.
I'll amend that motion. Just very close, I can't remember. How about 18 for $303, Commander?
We said it was 102, so it'd be 306. So your army, you can't do math. I get that.
18,
If you get 6 for 102, you can get 18 for 6.
306.
306. That's what I said.
Bring
You
it
said,
up to an Excel spreadsheet for you.
no, you said 302.
And then I said 306.
Okay. I didn't hear your correction. All right. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Okay. All in favor? Anybody opposed? Okay. Stanley, you
How many wreaths is it?
18.
18? Okay.
306.
and we get the money back, honestly. It comes right back to us, yes.
And bring this up. When you order this many wreaths, make sure you say, put it in there when you order them, and one goes to Gay Jones. What happens is when you put the wreath on a headstone, you stand back, you say his name out loud, and I'm gonna want everyone to take a picture of it with the headstone and the wreath, so I can upload those to my mapping program. Make sure you get one for Gay Jones. He's there.
So Stanley, when you go to the website, there's a spot when you're grave specific, it'll say, right?
Yeah.
Daryl, grave specific?
Put in Gay Jones. You know what it is.
Yep.
Don't need no location or anything.
Okay. Next up is Machias Cemetery. Daryl, do you want to come up and talk? You and Otis? Otis is a trustee at the cemetery. He can provide historical information.
So, yeah, it was a couple of months ago, the president of the Machias Community Cemetery had approached me. I can't remember how we met, but anyway, he wanted to turn over he wanted to turn over the Machias Community Cemetery because, you know, they're all volunteers over there and they're getting older. They want to go on vacation. They want to go to Mexico, do whatever. And it was just taking up too much of his time. So I wanted to turn it over. I had mentioned to the one organization, they said no. So I was like, okay, instead of turning it over, I'll take it over as president. And then when I took it over as president of Machias Community Cemetery, I went through all the trustees at the time to see who wanted to stay on and who wanted to resign. So I think we got like 5 trustees, Otis being one of them. They literally turned over the whole cemetery to me. Not only am I president, but I'm the treasurer. They gave me the bank account, so we're Wells Fargo. And so since I took it over, I told all the trustees that what we're going to do is we're going to map the cemetery, because the maps that we have for the cemetery, there's a lot of things aren't matching up. And running a cemetery, that's one thing you don't want to have. A family show up and to do a burial and, oh, there's somebody already here, you know? So and then you get lawsuits and all this other stuff. But anyway, the people that ran it before the treasurer and the president, they did an excellent job with the money and everything. They got a ton of money. So anyway, I took that over with the promise handshake that I wanted to give it over to someone else, because I want to give it to, they want to give over to an organization. And so since the American Legion didn't want it, VFW, I'm asking if the VFW, this post would take that over. What that means is I would turn everything over to you, organization would run it, and basically you would maybe once a year go out and clean it. You know, you got to have somebody mow the grass. Right now, I currently pay somebody to mow the grass, weed eat, trim trees, what have you. That comes out of the account. Just pay him as an employee. And we got electric bill. The only bills you have is electric bill. We got about 500 interments. Got about 500 left. There's a lot of land left. You got another 100 years.
And how many burials are there a year?
There's probably about a dozen cremation burials and about 6 casket burials.
And how much did that bring in revenue wise?
They, top of my head, A plot is $1,000. A casket burial is gonna cost you about 3,200. Casket burial, cremation burials are 500, because those are easy, you can do them.
And then how much do you make from Pacific Memorials
And,
if you sell the stuff?
okay, so right now, everybody that, wants to purchase a headstone, we send them over to Pacific Coast Memorials, or they go online, Amazon, whatever, get their own damn headstone, and they put it in, right? If they need help, we'll volunteer and go out there and do it. But my cemetery, the GAR, they're contracted to Pacific Coast Memorial, so they cannot put a headstone in the cemetery unless they bought it from me. Our markup, don't tell nobody this, all right? You guys are in the Secret Squirrel Club, 250% markup on headstones. So if you need a headstone, you're gonna have much money, come talk to me. I'll get you one for half cost. I'll offer that to the VFW membership. But they're marked up 250%.
And then who currently,
And I'm cheaper than most.
who currently conducts the burials? Who does the burials?
So, with the burials, so there's two things. So cremation burials, either a volunteer can do it right now. I did one last weekend. Me and the old, the ex-president, we went out there and dug the hole. The family didn't want to be there, so we went ahead and buried whoever it was. And then, I sent a picture to the person. They're out of the area, so they saw it and was like, okay, great, perfect. Casket burials. There was one company that did them. They're based out of Tacoma, but they had an office, satellite office in Arlington, and they shut it down. When they shut that office down, everybody in the whole Snohomish area, Snohomish County area, were freaking out because they were the only ones that did it. So I took it upon myself and started my own company. So I have a truck, a trailer, a tractor, everything, and I do casket burials now. And so we've already done like 3 of them. So for Machias, when someone needs to do a casket burial, well, they contact obviously Machias. And so what happened was last Saturday when we did a burial, I'm sorry, Saturday before that, the family wrote a check to Machias Cemetery for whatever it was, $3,300, because that came with a cement liner and all this other stuff. And then $2,500 is for the service. Then you got the cement liner and all that stuff on top. The cemetery takes out 20%. So I added 20% to $2,500. So they wrote a check to the cemetery, and then the cemetery wrote a check to my company in my name, less $500. So the cemetery made $500. And then of course they made, if I can't be available to do a cremation burial, I pay someone to do it $250. So I pay him $250. So if VFW takes it over, I don't see why you can't have, hey, I want to volunteer to do a cremation burial. Okay, the next one comes up, you do it, and I'll pay you $250. Or you can donate it back to VFW, whatever you want to do. Right now, the account had $80,000 in it. It has $72,000 in the bank account right now. And that's just sitting there. So whatever you want to do with it. I send a report to Otis and the other trustees every month, what we made and what we spent and how much is in the bank account. Yeah.
So Otis is a trustee. And the question that I had for the organization is who owns it? And I asked Otis, who owns the cemetery? Who's we? That's the thing.
Community,
Right. So,
we bought it.
right. But I mean, so,
And then the committee, we bought it as a community, Machias Community Cemetery. The new section that they call it was donated by Williams Pipeline Company. Gave us another 20 some acres, which there's just a few, excuse me, just been a few burials there so far.
so the question I have for all of us is the American Legion owns the GAR and has for years. Do we want to take it on as a post to own and operate the Machias Cemetery, and mirror everything that the American Legion Post does with the GAR Cemetery? And it'd be potentially another source of income for our post. And something to right now, American Legion out of Lake Stevens does all the Memorial Day ceremonies, things like that. We probably continue to let them do that unless we wanted to take that on and separate from the JR, let Legion do JR, and we would do Machias ceremony moving forward. We don't have to, but do we want to take this on as an ownership project?
Before you answer that, the work involved, since I took over as president, the only work I do is I put my cell phone number up on the bulletin board out there. People call me, they want to they want to purchase a plot, a full plot or cremation plot. And I just go out there and meet them. And, or they can come out to my office and meet me, but so far I've been going out there, meeting them. They write me a check, I give them a receipt, put them on the map. And, that's pretty much all my time is just, and it's not that much. You got locals contacting me to purchase something. And then whenever, of course, when you do a burial, you write it down in your Outlook calendar or whatever. And everybody knows when it is. You go out there and you set it up. That's all it is. If you get a casket burial, call me. I'll do everything from there. And that's it. And I will not turn it over until Chronicle, our mapping company from GAR, they're gonna map the whole cemetery.
Is it still gonna be the same cost or is it gonna be less?
I'm
'Cause
already
it's-
paid for it is $8,000 and it's not much every year. It's
Got it.
nothing like ours.
Got it. Okay.
So because it's a smaller cemetery. So it's all gonna be done for you. Everything's gonna be fixed.
You guys want to think about it and we can vote on it next month? There's no pressure on it, nothing like that, but it's just an opportunity that presented itself to us.
The cremation burials are nothing.
Send an email.
I have done way too many. I've been involved with the cemetery for
Yeah, I have
30 years. I was the vice president for years, and then they found I couldn't sign checks as a vice president, so it made me a trustee. But
Where is it?
it's right up behind the fire hall. You turn at the fire hall in Machias and up on the hill.
So you go past the fire hall, cross the Centennial Trail, the road bends up to the right and the left, and it's on two sides of the road. There's a small old section on the right side of the road. The majority of the property is on the left side of the road. There's a small building.
Yeah, brick, there's a zero steer mower. Several, I don't know, you didn't give me a key yet, but there was weed eaters. There was weed eaters.
Yeah, we got weed eaters.
There's a zero turn mower.
So from Riviera, you come west.
From my house, you go like you're going towards the tavern and the fire station's on the left. You turn there and it
All the way.
winds up and just on top of the hill, up towards the gun range. Some people may know Machias more, the
To give
gun
you-
range.
To give you an idea how we run it at here at the GAR, Daryl's an employee of the post. He's the manager of the GAR cemetery. We have 3 trustees. I'm one of them. Elmer's another one. And then Matt Hammerly's the third. We meet once a month with Daryl. We go over all the financials, any projects that he has coming up. We approve all spending, and then Daryl and his staff make it happen. So we would basically take that model and put it at the Machias Cemetery. Obviously, it's much smaller scale.
Machias, we had an annual meeting, probably should have had more, but historically, we had an annual meeting. One time we showed up and found out that our secretary had spent all our money.
Oh,
We went from 80,000 to 0. I donated 1,000. Her father, the secretary's father, donated 1,000 and pulled us out of the hole.
They found out because the electric bill wasn't paid
wow.
and electricity went out. That's the only bill they have. Just so you know, that happened, how many years ago? 5, 6 years ago?
God, it's longer than that.
Longer than that. Anyway, they took it from 0 back to 80,000.
So obviously, the number of burials is smaller, but there's no website. There's no,
Not yet. I put you on Google though. You can find it in Google Maps now.
right, but there's no marketing to say, hey, this cemetery exists and we have.
Well, reason for that too, because it was the people, when we took it, I wasn't around when they took it over, 68. There was a lady who had several of the small cemeteries around this area. There was a burial of an old Machias old timer being buried. The hearse is there, the family's there, the grave had been dug. Lady rips up with her car, jumps out and says, put that coffin back in that hearse. I haven't been paid. nobody gets buried until I'm paid. Jim Young, who used to own Doc's Tavern in Machias, went down to the tavern and said, guys, we're buying it. And the community did and took it over. And that's been, but as they say, none of us are getting, when I started, I was in my 20s.
But
I'm
if
in my
we,
70s
if
now.
we take it over, then it's like the GAR. It'll remain in operation because the post will always have members, we'll maintain it, and it'll go on as long as we have members. Same with American Legion with the GAR. As long as this post is operating, that cemetery is going to operate. The GAR also has an endowment fund, which is a significant chunk of change that can't be touched. It's there so that when we're all dead and gone, that cemetery will be maintained properly. So if we take over this cemetery, then we can put that in place, make sure this cemetery does the same. And we can also offer, if we own it, then we can offer discounted burials for our members.
You can even create, in GAR, we have Eagles section, just Eagle, FOE, Eagle members. You can do the same thing
And one thing we have to watch, Machias has always been less expensive for plots. And the county came out and tried to turn us into a potter's field. As long as I'm alive and involved with that cemetery, that won't happen.
A Potter Field?
A potter's field
What's that?
where they could, people who died,
Oh,
homeless,
Popper Field.
pauper field.
No, Potter.
What?
Potterfield?
Pottersville, yeah.
Okay.
You're thinking of poppies.
Yeah, but as long as I'm around, that's not happening up there. I have too many friends buried that we fought too many years to keep it.
One of the questions I have for Otis and the other trustees with the organization. Oh, Pizza's here. All right. Anyway,
Any liabilities that we know about with that, like insurance or taxes?
just, yeah, go tell them to put it upstairs.
We never have in the years I've been involved, and that's 30 plus. The thing is, just while everybody's thinking, somebody's gonna have to take secretary treasurer, the books. Somebody else is gonna have to be like the president, the contact. Like there, people call, they're gonna have to be somebody who's gonna go out there and meet people and look at the plots.
Well, we pay a manager to be the manager and we have 3 trustees.
But
If you guys do decide to do it, I'll stay on as like doing what I'm doing.
Manager.
And, cause I'm a VFW member, so I'll keep doing that and keep running out there. As long as you do a burial, you hire my company. Cause I'm the only guy in town anyways.
What we'd have to do is set up bylaws. We'd have to change our bylaws and then we can carbon copy the Legion, for what we call it. But we have specific instructions and rules and regulations to operate the cemetery as a business entity. And so, like I said, Elmer, Matt and I have to approve everything that he does as far as spending and that kind of stuff, and manage books. And then the post, the executive committee of the post, so the commander and everybody underneath him, they oversee the 3 trustees, but mainly we're on our own unless it's an expensive, over 5?
Yeah, I cannot spend anything over 1,000 at one time, so I'll just cut it 2 days. And then, I gotta let the trustees are a $5,000 limit.
Yeah.
And I think that's gonna go up the next time we do.
Yeah. So right now, as a trustee, Elmer, Matt and I can approve up to 5,000. Then anything above 5,000 at the GAR, the post has to approve. So we can just carbon copy all the rules, regulations, so we have to reinvent the wheel. So that'll be easy. Then as the commander and the executive people on the elected members of the post, we would management, same way the American Legion manages the GAR. And then we just need 3 trustees to be the trustees and have a manager manage it.
It's very easy. And really, we pay somebody to mow the grass. If you guys did it, that's our biggest expense,
if we
5,000 a year.
took it over as a post and had enough guys, just, this week, I'll mow this week, or I'll mow next week. The mower's there, everything's there. And prior to Memorial Day weekend, there's the whole community comes out, everybody comes out, spruces it all up and there's flags go down similar to GAR down the driveways. And
Regardless of it being accepted by the VFW or by this post, I would be more than happy to volunteer to mow the grass or the.
Well, somebody's there. All right, let me get your number.
So anyway, we could just think about it. Daryl's gonna provide bullet points to Brian. Brian will email us all
I
out.
got all y'all's emails because you guys don't do blank carbon copy.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you still email Brian, then Brian can send out. So everybody good with that? Yes,
How
Carson.
many veterans are buried there?
I have a count, but I don't have it on me now.
100 and I think.
When we have it mapped, which will happen in about a month and a half, the whole place is gonna be mapped and every single veteran grave is
I
gonna have.
think
a mark on it.
it's right around 100 cars because the American Legion at Memorial Day, because I was involved with that, I was honor guard and everything for years when I was still serving. They read every veteran who's buried at Machias off during their ceremony. They read their names. So it's about it's 170. And they go back Civil War. There's some old ones.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Well,
Yeah, it doesn't cost anything. We're giving it to you.
Yeah, that's for me.
all right, anybody have anything good of the order? Yes.
We had our very own adopt unit committee member who's in the unit, Sergeant Hefner. He stated an update on the armory construction. Thursday is officially the last day of the building. Construction contract has been awarded and we'll be turning the building over to the company that won. Construction is still anticipated to be 18 months, so we're gonna be drilling for 2 years down at JBLM. And the AGRs will be in Marysville, the active guard, day-to-day people. I know you won't see that, okay, and so that's the update. So in 2 more years that we need to support them while they're far away from us.
All right,
Sir.
thank you for the update. All right, so for those of you, yes, Elmer, you got something good to learn? Sure.
I need to find out if we have any Marines. I've been doing this for the last 2 years, but I'm not a Marine. I need a Marine that can play a bugle. Now, I do honor guard, now all the vehicles now are all automatic, you know. But we have 2 vehicles in our honor guard that goes at 5. Sunday, the 10th, the Marine Corps League will meet down at,
Shelley,
which, not Michelle's,
so
no. Anyway, I'll think of it now. I'm messing this up anyway. Anyway, I do need a Marine to start doing this instead of me, because I'm not a Marine. I prefer to have a Marine do that, and that's gonna be, what's the oldest tavern in town here?
Hold in. Hold in.
The oldest one we had here.
Oxford.
Oxford Tavern, thank you. They're to be at the Oxford Tavern on, at 6 P.M. But this is where all the Marines come, because that's the Marine Day.
Corporate.
Marine Corps birthday.
Marine Corps birthday. Now, I feel so out of place because I'm Air Force. You know, we didn't march, we didn't do any of that stuff, you know.
we didn't do much.
But I do need a Marine.
Like all of
to
it.
keep doing it, you know, because I feel that's where a Marine should be, and that's what he should be doing. I do honor guard, and I do play vehicle at all around the cemetery. We do 55 to 60 years, so we do quite a bit. You know. But this is something special for the Marines, and I'd like to have a Marine at the Oxford Tavern if you want to volunteer. It's only for 30 minutes, you know. They have a big party down there and everything. So, if you have any volunteers who want to come down, I'll be there.
What are we actually doing?
Playing a vehicle,
Oh, well,
that's it.
that's,
You're holding up and pushing a button.
Yeah.
It's electronic.
You don't do anything, you just stand there.
You just stand up your face and look like you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
look like your teeth.
You don't have, you don't have to do a check for
Okay, yeah.
Dog secretary or something like that.
I don't know about doing it. See, you hold the button. I don't like.
The other one.
All right. See Elmer afterwards if we want to do it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, November 23rd at Snohomish High School is the Marine Corps JROTC birthday ball. So obviously, November 10th, 1775, the Marine Corps was established in a bar. You guys know that? Sun Tavern in Philadelphia. So the Marine Corps JRTC units having their birthday ball celebration on November 23rd. You're all more than welcome to attend. $20 per person. They have a great meal. They cut the cake. They have the senior Marine there with the junior Marine present. It's very formal. I'll be there because I'm working. But if anybody else wants to attend from the VFW, they invited us today, and I told them we're at our meeting tonight. So just RSVP to me if how many people want to attend in your party, and then I'll get you on the list. And then I'll figure out when you have to pay, or if you just pay the Booster Club when you get there, or Will Lennon when you get there. But it's $20 a head, and we'd love to have you there. Okay, next. Next. Go to the order we hit. All right, so on last go to the order we have. What was it? October 18th, we had the Warbirds and Whiskey Black Tie Gala for the VFW. James Hampton was there. Stanley was there. I was there. This was our district commander's brainchild effort. So we met 6 weeks ago. We had one sponsor, no auction items of any kind, and no tables sold. So from 6 weeks ago till the day of the event, we managed to get like 10 sponsors, sold out the entire Flying Heritage Museum in Everett with 19 full tables of 8 people each, had all kinds of silent auction items, live auction items, dessert dash type stuff. And we netted $50,000 for District 1. First year we've done this. We're already starting the planning for next year. Terry's already secured the museum again. It's going to be October 25th next year. Yes, the price was pretty expensive. It was $144 per veteran that attended. So a lot of people couldn't attend because it was too expensive. But this year, Terry kind of put this all on his own. And at the last minute, he brought in a committee. But as part of our hot wash, our debrief, I set up an organizational chart for next year. We probably need about 30 to 40 volunteers to come and help the day of the event. So if you can't attend as a person that's a paying customer, then we definitely need bodies there to do all kinds of different stuff. So it's not that hard. It's really easy to do most of the jobs. You get to go in the museum and hang out. You get to see the event itself. But as a district, we need to provide more support, or as a post, I'd say, we need to provide more support to our district so they can continue this event in the future. The money is going to go towards veteran programs. The district doesn't have any way of raising money to provide stuff. So at the post level, we give $100 to all of our students, teachers, firefighters, all that stuff. The district doesn't have that kind of income. So the money we raised are going to go towards our award winners at the district level and provide other veteran services as the district decides. But just so you guys could think about it for next year, if you can't attend as a paying guest, we'd love to have you as a volunteer. Just put it on your calendar and think about it. But there's plenty of opportunity to help out. But like,
Good time.
yeah, it was a really good time. So that's it. In fact, there being no further business, we will have our closing prayer. All rise. And Chaplain, will you deliver the closing prayer? Attend hut, uncover, parade, rest.
Almighty God, the hour has come when we must part. We commit ourselves to thy care, thou who art our strong tower of defense and our protection. Grant that in life's battles we may be strong and brave, living such lives of stainless integrity as shall reflect honor upon our country and the veterans of foreign wars of the United States, and glorify thy holy name. May thy good providence shield us from all harm. Watch over those who even now guard the gates of freedom and bring us together again in true comradeship and peace. Amen.
Attend hut, cover, and salute. Ready, two. Comrades, I now declare this business session of VFW Post 921 closed. Next regular meeting will be, does anybody have the first Tuesday?
3rd of December.
3rd of December at 6 p.m. Thank you for coming. The new members, we got pizza and drinks upstairs, or at least pizza. Do you buy your own drinks? Yep. Oh, hold on a second. We got, oh, by the way, that I forgot. Otis, you ready?
Oh,
So, sorry, we didn't do this last month since I had COVID again, third time. Third time was charm. We got our
Go get you.
All-American ribbon for, or banner, what do you call it, Otis? Streamer for last year for All-American again. You can see we've done pretty well.
you read your VFW magazine, you see Chris's name in our post once again.
Mr. Rosa, no.
Makes it, I did it 7, this is your 3rd, so that's 10 in a row.
All right.
We've made All-American.
You guys can take off, but start with it. A lot of red, white, and blue on there.
Yeah. Kind of looks like my hat drawer at home.
I don't care to buy this one.
He does, we did.
You don't have to buy one. Oh, that's right, because I was in the magazine the last
Hey,
week.
Brian, I'm gonna go grab the.
This is the most, this is the first.
I could find it, probably, yeah, so she's not, you know. Yeah, I
Hey,
just
Tom,
thought about
Can you grab
that
the
blocked away,
thing at the top of the
I
stairs?
got her job in my pocket.
the, right?